Did you know that for The Bride, we know Christian Bale portrays Dr. Frankenstein's monster, but his youngest child, Joseph, also known as Rex, has a small part as a newsie in town. Rex also had a small part in Thor Love and Thunder, in which Christian also starred in as Gore. The Bride. There have been some mixed reviews on this one. It's been hailed as a divisive movie, and mainly the reason I went to see this movie was curiosity. In my opinion, I think we need to take a break from Frankenstein remakes and Dracula remakes because that's all we've been getting the last few years. Like, it'd be nice to focus on other monsters besides these main two because, as classic as they are, I think maybe the reason why this movie got a bad rap is people were just kind of tired of Frankenstein's lore being told over and over again in different ways. I honestly don't really know what other reason why people were not very happy with this movie because honestly, I thought it was pretty good. A better movie than I was expecting. And I have three things I liked about this movie, and my last thing is definitely my favorite. First thing I liked is the originality and then a lot of inspirations for this movie. First, the originality. I think the thing that really just kind of caught my attention was when we opened the movie up, we see Mary Shelley, who was the author of the Frankenstein book in 1818, get a little backstory on Frankenstein, backstory on her, but then she's kind of like taking over the story as, because she didn't write the book for The Bride of Frankenstein, she didn't write that book, but she's kind of taken over the story and be like, actually, this is what I had in mind for the bride, and then she's basically like behind the scenes controlling the bride, possessing her, make her do all these crazy things, and that's what I liked. Like, I think that was the coolest part, in my opinion. I think that was the most unique part was you forgot that the character of Ida, or the bride, was like her own person, but then she would be taken over by Mary Shelley, and it was just really, you really got to see a little different side to how the Frankenstein lore can be told. Like I said, the lore has been told a lot of times, but this was a nice break from the usual lore. And it's just showing Maggie Gyllenhaal's creative mind, creative direction. Next are the inspirations. Lots of Frankenstein inspirations, but also inspirations for the time that this movie takes place in, which is I think about 1934, 35. I don't remember if they even said the year. I just know it takes place in the 30s, Chicago. We got a lot of Ginger Rogers references. We got Fred Astaire references. We got Gary Cooper references. The character of Jake Gyllenhaal was actually really funny. I didn't expect him to play a character like this, but he was basically Fred Astaire. You know, just really leading into the 30s, the Prohibition era. Bonnie and Clyde references were everywhere. Kind of like secret clubs and stuff. But it was cool. The music, the culture, all of it. So we got really hit hard in the face with that, which was really fun to see. Second thing I liked, I think the best part of this movie was the performances. Jessie Buckley, this is my first movie I've ever seen with her in it, but I know she's pretty new to the movie scene as far as I'm aware, but she could be a bigger name than I know of. But Jessie Buckley blew me away. Christian Bale. Never doubt in my mind that Christian would nail the role of Frankenstein, because any role he takes on, I wouldn't be surprised if he went method acting on a few scenes. But their dynamics, their chemistry was perfect. The kind of what they're supposed to symbolize was perfect. I don't really want to compare this movie to like The Joker and Joker Folie à Deux, but there were definitely inspirations there. Specifically, The Bride reminded me a lot of like Harley Quinn, but also she pulled some Joker energy as well with her character. Then Frankenstein's monster was just kind of a little more unhinged. We got to see that the human side of he's lonely, he wants a partner, he wants love, like he wants someone who is compatible with him because he's the only one like him. So we got to lean into that. There's been plenty of movies that have been made that tackle that subject, but The Bride of Frankenstein dealt with that very same thing, this isolation. And what it means to be human, what it means to have that connection. So Maggie, of course, pulled from that once again and did a really great job of what a person will do. How far will a person go to get someone they want to spend their entire life with? And with these guys, they're basically immortal. So spend eternity with. Yeah, we got to see all the drama. Didn't expect to see some of those steamy scenes in the movie, but not really surprised at the same time. It was kind of written on the wall that we were going to get something like that. But it just kind of went to show you, like, true, pure, raw love. Monster love, if you will. So that was really, really amazing performances. Didn't expect anything less from either one. Then lastly, my favorite scene or favorite character. I can't say any scene in the movie really blew me away. I liked the choreographed dance scenes. Those were pretty cool. We got a great young Frankenstein reference. Put it on the Ritz. That just made me smile. But I'd say I would go with just like my favorite character. Easily the bride, Jessie Buckley. Like I said, it was my first time ever seeing her play any character. And I think we got to see a really great range of what she's capable of, and just how her speech and her vocabulary was like the coolest thing I think of her entire performance. And then how she's able to just switch back and forth easily, just like showing you like she's possessed, although she's not possessed. Like she can really evoke deep emotions when she wants to. So just Jessie Buckley really did an amazing job. So hats off to you, Jessie, for your performance. With all that being said, I would recommend go see the movie, make your own deductions, don't listen to anybody else. There's always going to be division, there's always going to be people who think it's terrible, think it's great. If you're into Frankenstein, if you like Jessie Buckley, if you like Maggie Gyllenhaal, go see this movie, and I think you're going to have a great time. So for The Bride, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10 Mudflaps. Remember, leave me a thumbs up and drop in the comments below. What's your favorite Frankenstein adaptation? See you soon.